The whistle blew like a gunshot in my chest, and the entire gym erupted in boos that drowned out my heartbeat. Faggots benched. Guess he's too busy batting for the other team. Jake's voice sliced through the chaos, his words landing harder than any elbow I'd taken on the court. I gripped the bench's edge until my knuckles bleached white, tasting blood from biting my tongue, as the scoreboard mocked me with our widening deficit. 52-38, halftime, and I wasn't even in the game. That night in the locker room, the fluorescent lights buzzed like angry hornets, casting jagged shadows on the tiled floor slick with sweat and defeat. We'd lost to Riverton High by 15 points. Our rivals, the Golden Boys of the league, who played like they owned the hardwood. Coach Harlan slammed his clipboard against the lockers, the metallic clang echoing my inner storm. What the hell was that out there? We looked like amateurs. His eyes, usually steady as a compass, skipped right over me, landing on the starters who'd actually played. I sat there, towel draped over my shoulders, the ace bandage on my sprained ankle throbbing like a guilty secret. It wasn't just the injury keeping me sidelined. It was the whispers, the sideways glances, the way the team had fractured since I'd come out last spring. I'm Ethan Caldwell, captain of the Lincoln High Hawks, senior year, the kid who'd sunk the game winner in regionals as a junior, earning us our first banner in a decade. Back then, they called me a Thunder, for the way I'd thunder down the court. All 6'2" of me, with a crossover that left defenders eating my dust. But that was before the article in the school paper, before I'd mustered the guts to tell the world I was gay. Pride on the court, the headline read, my face beaming beside a rainbow flag photoshopped onto our team logo. Coach had clapped me on the back, said it took balls. The principal nodded approval during assembly. But the team, Jake, my supposed best friend since Pee Wee League, had been the first to turn. Dude, keep that shit off the court, he'd muttered one practice, loud enough for the others to snicker. Now, as the guys stripped down for showers, avoiding my eyes like I carried the plague, I felt the weight of it all pressing down. My ankle had twisted during warm-ups 2 weeks ago. A fluke, nothing major. But coach kept me out, citing team chemistry. Translation. The straight kids were uncomfortable with their queer captain barking orders from the floor. Or maybe it was just Jake's poison spreading. He was the point guard, flashy and cocky, with a fade that screamed Instagram influencer and a girlfriend who cheered louder than anyone. We'd been inseparable once. Sleepovers watching old Jordan tapes, dreaming of Division I scholarships. Now he strutted past my bench like I was yesterday's news. Yo, Cap, Marcus called from across the room, his voice tentative. He was the center, a gentle giant with a fade of his own, who'd stuck by me when the chips fell. You good, man? I forced a nod, peeling off my jersey to reveal the bruises mapping my ribs from last week's scrimmage. Good? I was unraveling. Dad had driven 4 hours from his rig in Ohio for the game, only to watch from the bleachers as I rotted on pine. Mom texted halftime. Kick ass, baby. Love you. But what ass was there to kick when your own team treated you like dead weight? The showers hissed to life, steam curling like ghosts. I hobbled in last, the hot water scalding my skin, washing away the grime but not the grit in my throat. Jake's laughter boomed over the partitions. Remember when Ethan tried that spin move? Looked like he was twirling for his boyfriend. And the others chuckled, a low rumble that built into something uglier. I slammed my fist against the tile, the pain sharp enough to ground me. Shut it, Jake, Marcus growled. But it was half-hearted, the room's energy sucking the fight from him. By the time I limped out to the parking lot, the autumn chill bit through my hoodie like judgment. Dad's old Ford F-150 idled under the sodium lamps, exhaust puffing like dragon breath. He was leaning against the tailgate, arms crossed, his flannel shirt rumpled from the road. Tough break, kid, he said, pulling me into a bear hug that smelled of diesel and certainty. Dad wasn't one for words. Divorced from Mom when I was 10, he'd raised me on action. Fixing engines, shooting hoops till dark. But when I'd told him about being gay over summer break, he just nodded, cracked a beer, and said, "You're my son. That's all that counts." Tonight, though, his eyes held questions he wouldn't voice. We drove in silence back to the motel on Route 60 SAXS faded stretch, the radio humming classic rock. Springsteen wailing about glory days that felt a million miles away. Lincoln High sat in Elmwood, Kansas, a speck on the map where cornfields met strip malls, and dreams of the NBA flickered like fireflies before winking out. My scholarship offers had dried up post coming out. Recruiters cited fit issues, code for anything but my jump shot. Dad glanced over as we hit the motel's neon glow. You gonna fight this, Ethan? Or let 'em bench you for good? I stared out at the endless flatlands, stars pricking the ink-black sky. Fight? I'd been fighting since the day I knew I liked boys more than girls. Fighting the knot in my gut during pep rallies. Fighting the urge to hide when Jake slung an arm around me like we were still brothers. I don't know, Dad. Feels like the game's already over. He killed the engine, the sudden quiet amplifying my pulse. Games ain't over till the buzzer. Remember that. We unloaded his duffel, the motel's carpet muffling our steps like secrets. Inside room 12, with its mustard walls and lumpy bed, I crashed hard, dreams tangled with court lights and Jake's sneer. But morning brought coffee from the lobby's ancient percolator and Dad's plan. Call coach. Demand PT time. Show 'em you're still the captain. School dragged like a bad foul. AP Lit dissecting the Great Gatsby. Whispers in the halls about our loss. A rainbow sticker on my locker defaced with sharpest slurs. By lunch, I was in the trainer's office, Mr. Ruiz taping my ankle with efficient tugs. You're healing fine, Ethan. Could be back in a week if you push it. His eyes, kind behind wire rims, held the unspoken. If they let you. Practice that afternoon was a gauntlet. I suited up, testing the ankle on the side court while the starters ran drills. Coach watched from his folding chair, clipboard in lap, his whistle dormant. Light suicides, Caldwell, he barked, and I jogged the lines, sweat beating despite the chill gym. Jake blew past on a fast break, his shoulder clipping mine. Not accidental, the jolt sending fire up my leg. Watch it, bench warmer. He hissed, low enough for only me to hear. I swallowed the retort, focusing on the squeak of sneakers, the thump of the ball. Marcus fed me a pass during 3-on-3, our eyes locking in that wordless trust we'd built over years. On fire, Cap, he murmured as I drained a mid-range jumper, the net whispering approval. For a moment it felt like old times, the rhythm, the flow, the court as my sanctuary. But sanctuary shattered when Coach pulled me aside post-whistle. His office smelled of Benghazi and old victory posters. Ethan, sit. I perched on the metal stool, ankle pulsing. Look, kid, you're gold. But the team's divided. Jake's got the guys riled. Says your head's not in it since. You know. He rubbed his neck, avoiding my gaze. I'm thinking redshirt this season. Focus on college apps. Redshirt. The word landed like a brick to the gut. Captain, benched for the year? Coach, that's bullshit. My ankle's fine. The team's fine. It's not fine. His voice cracked, rare for the man who'd coached us through state semis. Parents are calling, saying it's a distraction. The booster club's whispering about inclusivity quotas. I got a job to protect, Ethan. I stood, chair scraping. And me? What about my job? As captain. The door banged behind me, gym echoing hollow as I stormed out. Jake and crew lounged by the water fountain, towels slung low. Ah, lover boys crying? Jake jeered, his pack erupting. I lunged, fist cocked, but Marcus hauled me back, his grip iron. Not worth it, E. Worth it? That night, alone in my room with posters of Curry and LeBron gazing down like disappointed gods, I scrolled Jake's Insta. Him flexing with his girl at the diner. Caption. Winners eat big. Hawksore. My thumb hovered over unfollow. But I couldn't. Not yet. Betrayal tasted like rust, sharp and metallic. The letter arrived 3 days later, innocuous in its crisp envelope, shoved into my locker amid the detritus of flyers and gum wrappers. No stamp, just my name in block letters. Ethan Caldwell. Hand-delivered, maybe. I tore it open in the empty hallway, fluorescent hum the only witness. Dear Ethan, I never thought I'd write this, but seeing you on that bench, it's killing me. Meet me at the old court, midnight. We need to talk. Forgive me? Alex. Alex Rivera. My heart stuttered, time folding back 2 years to sophomore summer. When he transferred in from California, all sun-bleached hair and easy smiles. The backup shooting guard who'd stolen more than rebounds. We'd kissed under the bleachers after a late-night shoot around. His lips tasting of Gatorade and possibility. But he'd ghosted me before junior year, transferring out mid-semester with a vague text. Family stuff. Sorry. Rumors said his dad, a Marine, had found out. I'd buried it deep, convinced myself it was puppy love. Now this, midnight at the old court, the cracked asphalt behind the mill, where we'd first played HORC under mercury lamps. I crumpled the note, pulse racing. Trap? Confession? Forgiveness? The gym's shadows lengthened as I pocketed it. The weight lighter than my doubts but heavier than hope. Dad noticed the shift at dinner. Burnt spaghetti from Mom's old recipe, the kind that stuck to your ribs like regret. You're fidgety, son. Like a cat on a hot tin roof. I shoveled in a forkful, sauce tangy with garlic, avoiding his eyes. The motel's TV droned ESPN highlights, commentators dissecting March Madness odds, voices tinny through the thin walls. Just team drama? I muttered, but my mind was on Alex, that note burning a hole in my jeans. He'd been the spark in my gray world. Alex, with his laugh like summer thunder, the way he'd fake a foul call just to wrap his arms around me in mock protest. We'd sneak off post-practice, bikes chained to the mill's rusted fence, shooting fades till our arms ached. One night, after draining a 3 from the weeds, he'd pulled me close, breath warm against my ear. You're gonna be a star, Ethan. Don't let this town dim you. Then his mouth on mine, tentative at first, then fierce, the world narrowing to the press of his body. The distant hum of crickets. It was my first real kiss, the one that cracked me open. But dawn brought reality. His texts stopped cold after his dad shipped him back to San Diego. I'd stalked his profiles for months. Beach selfies, new team in blue jerseys. Convincing myself he'd moved on to surfer boys and sunsets. Now this letter. Forgive me? What sins did he carry that needed absolution? I biked out at 11:45. Elmwood Street's empty save for porch lights flickering like wary eyes. The old court loomed under the mill's silhouette, chain link sagging, backboards splintered from neglect. Moonlight silvered the asphalt, potholes pooling shadows. I chained my bike, sneakers crunching gravel, heart hammering a baseline rhythm. Alex! My voice cracked, swallowed by the wind rustling cornstalks beyond the fence. Footsteps, soft, deliberate, from the court's far end. He emerged from the gloom, taller than memory, shoulders broader under a faded Hawks hoodie. His hair, once wild, was cropped close, jaw shadowed with stubble. Ethan, just my name, laced with gravel, and it undid me. We stood there, 10 feet apart, the space vast as the Pacific he'd crossed. You came. He stepped closer, hands shoved deep in pockets, eyes, hazel, flecked with gold, searching mine. Up close, he smelled of salt and sage, like California clung to his skin. Letter like that? Yeah. I crossed my arms, armor against the pull. What do you want, Alex? 2 years ghosting. Now this cryptic bullshit. He winced, glancing at the court as if it held answers. I saw the game on stream, your local access channel. You on the bench. It gutted me. He pulled a crumpled program from his pocket, our loss in bold print. Jake's poison, man. I know his type. Remember how he iced me out when rumors started? I did. Jake's cold shoulders, the way he'd accidentally hip-check Alex during drills. That's not why you're here. No. He exhaled, breath fogging the chill. I'm here because I never stopped thinking about you. Dad found my journal entries about us, stupid poems. He flipped, called me every name in the book. Packed me off to boarding school in Cali. Therapy sessions with a pray the gay away quack. I tried, Ethan. God. I tried to be straight, dated girls, buried it all. His voice broke, raw as an open wound. But you're in every dream. That note? It's my white flag. The air thickened, charged like pre-storm static. I wanted to bolt, to hurl the betrayal back at him. 2 years of silence while I navigated hell alone. But his eyes held no lies, Just the boy I'd loved under these same stars. Why now? I whispered, stepping into his space, the heat of him cutting the cold. Because you're fighting for your spot and I want to fight for mine. With you. His hand rose, hesitant, brushing my cheek. Calluses from hoops rough against my skin, igniting sparks. I leaned in, our foreheads touching, breaths mingling. Then his lips found mine, soft, urgent, tasting of apology and ache. I kissed back, hands fisting his hoodie, the world tilting as old fires roared to life. We broke apart gasping, the court silent witness. I'm back for good, he said, grin tentative. Transferred to community college here. Gonna walk on at Lincoln if coach lets me. Hope bloomed, fragile as new shoots. Help me win you back? I laughed, shaky, the sound foreign after weeks of silence. Start with shooting squares. Loser buys shakes. We played till 2 a.m., elbows jostling, trash talk light as air. His form was rusty, but the joy pure, unfiltered, reminded me why I loved the game. On the drive home, wind whipping through my open window, I texted Marcus. Big news tomorrow. Trust me. School buzzed with post-loss fallout. Pep rally canceled. Boosters meeting in closed session. I cornered coach pre-homeroom. Alex's note tucked like talisman in my backpack. I'm suiting up for Friday's game. Ankles solid. His brow furrowed. Ethan, we talked. Talk's over. And I've got a secret weapon. I didn't elaborate, just walked out with purpose firing my steps. Lunch found me at our corner table. Alex sliding in beside me like he'd never left. Heads turned. Whispers rippled. Rivera's back? With Caldwell? Jake paused mid-bite of his sub, eyes narrowing to slits. What the fuck is this? Fag reunion. Alex stiffened, but I laid a hand on his knee under the table. Steady. Jealous, Jake? Or scared we'll outshine your ass? The table tensed, forks hovering. Marcus choked on his soda, then boomed a laugh. Burn. A few others snickered, the tide shifting infinitesimal. Jake shoved his tray, standing tall. You two think you can prance around and steal my light? Newsflash. Team's mine now. He stormed off, but the seed was planted, cracks in his armor. Practice was electric. Alex laced up beside me, his presence a shield. Coach's eyes widened as we ran suicides in tandem, our strides sinking like old times. Rivera? What the? But he didn't stop us, whistle silent as we owned the drills. Jake glowered from point, passes errant, but I fed Alex a no-look, and he buried a tray that kissed the net sweet. High five, fingers lingering, electric. Post-whistle, coach pulled us both. Explain. Alex owned it, transfer, regret, resolve. I added, we're stronger together, coach. Bench me, you bench us both. Silence stretched, then a nod. Varsity spots open if you earn 'em. Show me Friday. Elation surged as we hit the diner. Neon open sign buzzing welcome. Milkshakes. Chocolate for me, vanilla for him, clinked in toast. To comebacks, Alex said. Foot hooking mine under the booth. We talked futures. His art major dreams, my coaching aspirations if scouts ghosted. Vulnerability spilled, his therapy scars, my coming out isolation. You saved me without knowing, he admitted, thumb tracing my knuckles. Romance wove through the grease and jukebox twang, tentative but true. But betrayal loomed. That night, scrolling feeds, I found Jake's story. Blurry pic of me and Alex at the court, caption bench boy got a bench buddy. Hawks going rainbow? Team or treason? Shares exploded, hate comments flooding. Disgusting. Fire them both. My stomach nodded. Dad called from the road. Saw the post. Proud of you, but watch your back. Friday dawned crisp, leaves skittering like nervous fans. The gym swelled. Standing room only, scouts in the rafters, banners unfurled. Pre-game, Jake cornered me in the tunnel. Last chance, Ethan. Tell your boyfriend to sit, or I make sure everyone knows what a distraction you are. His breath reeked of mint over malice. Threats now. I shoved past, jersey crisp, ankle tape tight. Tip-off loomed. The crowd's roar a beast awakening. The ball rocketed off the tip, arcing high before Jake snagged it. his pivot a blur of aggression. Rivorton pressed full court, their guards swarming like wolves. I hung at the wing, Alex mirroring on the weak side, our eyes locking in silent strategy. Trust forged in midnight hoops. Jake dribbled wild, ignoring my flare cut, forcing a contested three that clanged iron. Rebound to them, fast break, and they padded their lead to 8-2 in the first 2 minutes. Boos rained down, mixed with chants. Ha-weeks! Ha-weeks! But under it, slurs slithered. Fags can't play. Coach called timeout at 4:12. Steam rising from our huddle like war fog. Settle, boys. Caldwell Rivera. Pick and roll now. His gaze drilled Jake, unspoken warning. We broke, me screening high for Alex, his pull-up swishing clean. 8-4. The gym exhaled, a ripple of surprise. I grinned at him over the pile-up, that old spark igniting. But Jake seethed, his passes now lasers aimed at my ribs. One zipped past my ear during a give and go, nearly clipping me. Oops, he smirked as refs swallowed whistles. By quarter's end, we trailed 22-15. My 4 points and Alex's 6 the lone bright spots. Halftime locker room crackled. Coach ripping into Jake. This your team? Act like it. Jake's jaw clenched, eyes flicking to me like daggers. Alex bumped my shoulder in the shadows. He's cracking. We got this. His whisper, warm against my neck, steadied me. We re-emerged to a sea of faces. Dad in the third row, thumbs up. Mom's text buzzing. Shine, baby. The second half tipped our way early. Marcus bullied a putback. I stripped a steal from their point, feeding Alex for a breakaway dunk that shook the rim. 28-25 Hawks. The crowd surged, drowning the haters. Then the foul, ugly, intentional. Jake drove baseline, me contesting, and he hooked my ankle midair, sending me crashing. Pain exploded, stars bursting as I hit hardwood. Whistles shrilled, techs flying. Flagrant! Refs barked, ejecting him on the spot. Jake loomed over me, face twisted. Stay down, traitor! Security hauled him, his curses echoing as doors slammed. I waved off trainers, ankle screaming but intact. Adrenaline's gift. Free throws swished, 2 for the foul, 1 for the tech, and we knotted it at 30. Alex pulled me up, grip fierce. You okay? Concern etched his features, but fire burned beneath. Better than ever. The run built. Pick and pops with Marcus, transition threes from Alex, my drives drawing doubles that freed shooters. By third quarter's buzzer, 52-48 lead. Rivorton clawed back in the fourth, their bench depth grinding us down. Tie at 68 with 2:15 left, sweat stinging eyes, lungs burning. Timeout, coach's voice steel, 30 seconds. Inbounds to Caldwell, screen by Rivera. Go. The play unfolded poetry. Alex's rub sent their guards stumbling. Ball in my hands at the arc defender sagged, daring the shot. I rose, wrist flicking, leather ripping net. 71-68, 12 ticks. Their heave missed, our foul shots iced it. Final buzzer, 73-68, Hawks. Chaos, teammates mobbing, crowd storming the floor. Alex lifted me in a bear hug, our joy muffled in the din. We did it, he yelled, lips brushing my ear. Dad's grin split wide from the stands. Even coach cracked a smile, slapping our backs. But as confetti rained, Jake's parting shot lingered. A text from an unknown. This ain't over. Check the feed. Post-game, the locker room pulsed victory. High fives, Gatorade showers, Marcus blasting. We are the champions from his phone. I changed slow, ankle swelling now, ice pack numbing the throb. Alex lingered, towel-dried hair spiking cute. Dinner? My treat, real Cali tacos from that truck on Main. Romance tugged, soft as his smile. We slipped out back way, avoiding press gawkers. The taco truck glowed under string lights, mariachi tunes floating on fry oil scent. We ate on the tailgate of his beat-up Civic, stars wheeling overhead. To us, he toasted with horchata, pinky linking mine. Stories flowed, his Cali isolation, forging fake smiles for family. My Elmwood battles, finding allies in unlikely places. You're my anchor, he said, head on my shoulder. I kissed his temple, heart full. And you're the wind in my sails. But dawn brought the storm. Saturday morning, my phone exploded. Notifications like shrapnel. Jake's anonymous post had gone viral locally. Grainy video from practice. Me and Alex in a compromising huddle, arms linked, heads close. Edited with slurs overlay. Captioned real reason Hawks lost focus. Boycott the benched fags. Shares hit 500 overnight. Comments a cesspool. Disgrace to sports. Fire coach. Parents' group chats lit up, demanding my removal. School was siege. Hallways parted like Red Sea in reverse. Stares, mutters, a slur scrawled on my locker. Bench the bent. Marcus met me at Trig, arm slung protective. Jake's dad pulled strings. Boosters meeting today. Fear coiled, but anger tempered it. Then we fight. Coach called emergency huddle post-lunch. Gym empty save echoes. Sit rep, backlash is real. Jake's suspended, but the video's poison. His face, line deeper, held resolve. Ethan, Alex, your assets, not liabilities. But if it comes to cuts. Alex squeezed my hand under the bleachers. We walk together or not at all. Afternoon brought allies unexpected. The school paper editor, Lena, a fierce junior with purple streaks, cornered us in the lit mag room. That video? Bullshit propaganda. I'm running a counterpiece. Captain's courage. She showed drafts, quotes from Marcus, even coach. Gratitude swelled, humanistic threads weaving through the hate. But betrayal deepened at dinner. Dad FaceTimed from a truck stop, face ashen. Ethan, the video reached your mom. She's worried. Says maybe lay low, focus on apps. Mom, my rock. The one who'd sewn my first jersey. Who'd cried proud tears at my coming out. Now doubt? Stung worse than Jake's hook. I biked to Alex's that night. His family's duplex squat against the prairie sky. He met me on the porch, rocking chair creaking. Rough day. We talked till moonrise, fears of fracturing families, the cost of visibility. His dad, post-therapy reconciliation, had sent a card. Proud of your fight, son. Mine? Silence after mom's call. We curled on the swing. His heartbeat synced to mine. Romance a quiet rebellion. Monday's assembly twisted the knife. Principal Vance, suit starched stiff, addressed the mic. Recent events highlight the need for unity. While we celebrate diversity, disruptions to team spirit can't stand. Whispers peaked. My name unspoken but felt. Postbell, coach pulled me. Red shirts back on table. Protect the program. Rage boiled. I stormed practice, demanding reps. Jake's absence left a void, his backup sloppy, but Alex and I filled it. Chemistry undeniable. Yet scouts texted, heard the drama. Reconsidering visits. Dreams deferred, again. The letters echo mocked me. Alex's white flag now stained red. That night, alone with rain pattering my window, I penned my own. To Jake. You think you broke us? Watch. And signed. Slipped under his door at dawn. Payback brewed, dramatic and due. Climax crested Thursday. Regional semis versus Central, away in Wichita's cavernous arena. Bus ride tense, air thick with unspoken. Alex's hand in mine under seats, Marcus cracking jokes to lighten. Game tipped furious, Central's press suffocating. Us down 10 at half. Locker pep, coach's fire. My ad. This is our court. Play like it. We erupted third. Alex's steals, my assists, Marcus's boards. Tie at 55, 1 o'clock left. Central star rose for 3. I contested, tipping it into the 4th row. Alex scooped, outlet to me, open wing, clock ticking. Release, swish, 58 to 55. Their desperation heave rimmed out. Victory hard won. But post-game, in the emptying lot, Jake waited. Leather jacket zipped tight, eyes feral. Congrats, heroes. Venom dripped. But leak this, and your little love story ends. He waved his phone, screenshots, private texts I'd sent Alex, twisted intimate. Betrayal's full bloom. You hacked me, horror choked me. Borrowed your phone in the chaos. Fair play. He smirked, backing to his ride. Bench warmers forever. Alex lunged, but I held him. Let him rot. Drive home blurred, tears hot. At Alex's we crashed, bodies entwined platonically, solace in skin. We'll expose him, Alex vowed. Together. Friday's fallout cascaded like dominoes toppling a fragile piece. School admin summoned me to the office, Vance's desk a fortress of papers and plaques. Ethan. The videos escalated, threats to donors, complaints from Central's parents. His tone, measured as a referee's count, masked the acts. Suspension pending review. For the team's sake. Suspension. The word hollowed me, echoing Dad's old advice. Fight till the buzzer. But whose buzzer? I nodded numb, signing forms with a hand that shook. Hallways blurred to judgments. Sympathy from Lena, glares from Jake's clique. Marcus texted, meeting at the mill. For PM. Not alone. The old court, site of rebirth, now war council. Marcus, Lena, 2 other teammates. Quiet sophomores who'd warmed to us. And Alex, faces set in solidarity. We sat on the bench, basketball rolling lazy between kicks. Jake's the snake, Marcus rumbled, scrolling evidence. Timestamps on the hack, witnesses to his locker room rants. Lena's laptop glowed with drafts, op-ed calling out cyberbullying, quotes from pros like Jason Collins on Out Athletes Thriving. We go public, Alex said, voice steady. Press conference. Show the love, not the hate. His hand found mine, public now, defiant. Nods rippled, humanity in unity, threads pulling tight. But conflict clawed deeper. Mom arrived unannounced, rental car crunching gravel outside my house. Her hug, fierce and flowery from bakery shifts, cracked my facade. Baby, I saw the posts. It's too much. Maybe transfer, start fresh. Her eyes, blue as mine, brimmed worry. Dad, on speaker from dispatch, chimed soft. Let him choose, Karen. We talked till dusk, her fears of small-town venom, my resolve to root deeper. I'm not running, Mom. This is home. Tears mingled with her nod. Reconciliation's bomb. Then fight smart. We're here. Empowered, we struck. Lena's article dropped Monday, front page, Hawk's heart. Captain fights back against bigotry. Shares surged, alumni donations spiked. Even a local news van parked by the gym. Coach cornered. Backed us. Ethan's my captain. Period. Jake's suspension extended. Investigation into the hack. His phone seized. Yet suspense coiled. Regionals finals loomed, versus Riverton again. Jake's old poison seeping through their roster. Whispers of sabotage. Deflated balls in our gear. Anonymous tips to refs about distractions. Alex and I trained brutal. Dawn runs through frost-kissed fields. Evening one-on-ones where sweat met strategy. Romance deepened in stolen moments. Notes in lockers, you're my MVP. Walks by the creek where kisses tasted of wild mint. Betrayal's shadow lengthened when Marcus confessed over shakes. Jake cornered me last week. Said join him or you're out next captain vote. His broad shoulders slumped. I told him to fuck off. But, hurts, man. We were boys. Pain lanced, fresh as the first cut. He chose hate. We choose us. Embrace followed, brotherly, mending. Climax brewed in the finals eve storm. Literal thunder rumbling as we loaded the bus. Jake appeared at the curb. Rain slicked, eyes hollow. Wait. Alone with me under the awning, water sheeting off eaves. I did it. Okay? The video, the texts. Dad's pressuring. Says a gay captain tanks my scholarship. Vulnerability cracked his facade. Boy peeking through bully. I was scared. You're everything I wanted to be. Confession hung, electric. Scared? You destroyed me, Jake. Us. Rain drummed, mirroring turmoil. Fix it. He nodded, vanishing into sheets. Dawn broke clear. Arena pulsing 5,000 strong. Statewide broadcast. Scouts tripled. Tip-off. Riverton's aggression mirrored Jake's ghost. We traded blows, down 5, up 3, fouls mounting. Second quarter. Alex twisted on a drive. Ankle mirroring mine. Crashing down. Trainers swarmed. He waved them off, but limp betrayed. Halftime. 38-35 deficit. Ice on his leg. I'm good, he insisted. but pain etched white around his eyes. Huddle. My voice rose. This game's ours, not for scouts, not for hate. For the kid on the bench who still believes. Eyes locked. Marcus's fire. Lena's from press row. Mom's proud wave. Third exploded. I orchestrated. Alex limping but lethal from perimeter. Tie at 55. Then lead on Marcus's and won. Fourth. Riverton rallied. 70-68 with 45 seconds. Timeout. Coach's whisper. Your call, Cap. Inbounds to Alex, screen by me, he rose, fading jumper. Brick. Rebound scramble, me boxing out, tipping to Marcus, outlet back. Clock at 5, me at the arc, defender in face, but I pump faked, Eurostep baseline, reverse layup. 70-70. Foul. Free throw swished, 71-70. Their possession. Isolation on their star, me and Marcus double teaming. Strip. Fast break. Alex trailing, me lobbing overhand. He caught. Flushed one-handed, 73-70. 2 seconds. Inbound heave, blocked by Marcus's paw. Buzzer. Euphoria. But twist. As confetti fell, Jake pushed through security. Mic in hand from Lena's crew. It was me, he broadcast, voice cracking. The hacks, the hate. I own it. Ethan, you're the real captain. Forgive a fool. Crowd hushed, then erupted. Applause thundering, humanity prevailing. Post-victory, Alex and I on the podium, medals heavy. His kiss chased public, sealed it, flashes popping. Scouts approached. Kansas State, full ride. Both of you. Dreams revived. Yet emotion crested private. Dad and Mom, reunited in stands, hugged fierce. Proud doesn't cover it, Dad rumbled. The afterglow stretched into spring's thaw, elmwood transforming from winter's grip to tentative bloom. Dogwoods pink against blue skies, the court's lines repainted fresh. State championship banner hung high in the gym, our improbable run etched in gold letters. Hawks 2026, unbroken. Jake's confession went national, CNN snippet on cyberbullying in sports, his apology tour starting with community service at the rec center. Coaching kids' clinics with a humility that bordered redemption. We talked once post-finals under that same awning. I lost myself, he'd said, eyes down. You found yours. Respect. No full forgive, not yet. But a truce, fragile as new ice. Me? Captaincy intact. Ankle healed. Heart fuller. Alex and I navigated the spotlight, interviews where we joke about courtside romance. His sketches of our plays adorning my walls. Kansas State beckoned, dual scholarships. Me hoops, him art with a sports minor. Walk-ons promised, futures intertwined like our pick and rolls. But drama lingered in quiet ways. Mom relocated closer, bakery van parked permanent in our drive. Her and Dad's divorce thawing to co-parent coffees. Family's what we make, she'd say. Passing pie at barbecues where neighbors who'd sneered now clapped backs. Humanistic arcs. Slow bends toward light. Suspense peaked one June Eve, graduation's eve actually, when a scout's envelope arrived, not from KSU but Duke. Full ride, leadership clause. Welcome, Caldwell. Alex's followed, assistant coach track. We hooped on the old court, shooting till stars pricked, his head on my lap as fireflies danced. Unexpected, huh? He murmured, echoing the letter that started it all. Yeah. Best kind. Kiss under mercury glow, romantic as our first, deepening, promising tomorrows beyond Elmwood's horizon. Ceremony dawned humid, gown sticky, caps like blackbirds. Valedictorian speech droned unity. Mine, as class prez, stole thunder. We benched doubts, hacked hate, loved loud. That's our legacy. Not scores, but souls. Cheers drowned slurs ghosts. Jake, in audience on probation, nodded from back row. Post-party. Bonfire crackled at the mill team, families, flames leaping high. Marcus toasted. To the bench that built us. Laughter wove with smoke, stories spilling. Alex's Cali escape, my coming out quake. Jake arrived late, tentative, offering a basketball signed. To new beginnings. We played casual, mixed teams, his pass crisp to me for a fadeaway swish. Bridge built, one arc at a time. Dawn crept, embers glowing like resolve. Alex and I slipped away, walking creek banks misty with dew. Scared of Durham? He asked, fingers laced mine. Terrified. But with you? Nah. We sat on the bridge, feet dangling over lazy current, dreams voiced soft. Pro leagues maybe, or coaching inner-city kids, art exhibits of hoop poetry. Emotion swelled, tears pricking. For pains past, joys present. You saved me, I whispered. We saved each other. His embrace, strong and sure, sealed the vow. Summer unfolded golden, road trips in Dad's truck, playlists of indie folk and hip-hop anthems, stops at diners where booths cradled our whispers. Betrayal's scars faded to stories, strength's forge. One August night, under Kansas stars vast as possibility, Alex pulled a ring simple band, silver promise. Not marriage yet, just forever. Laughter bubbled, yes, tumbling free. Fall brought new courts, Blue Devil uniforms, but roots ran deep. Holiday cards to Elmwood, Hawks forever. Jake's text. Killed it tonight? Proud, bro humaneness one, not erasure, but evolution. Years blurred. Pros for me, galleries for him, a life-woven American dream tough. Setbacks like injuries, triumphs like rings. But the bench? It stayed sacred, metaphor for pauses that propel. That unexpected letter? Catalyst, reminder, love benches hate always. And in quiet moments, replaying that buzzer beater in my mind, I knew we'd all sat the pine once. What matters? Rising together.